Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast Strikes Back. My name is George and you're listening to the weekly movie show with the boys Kieran.
Hello.
Who?
And-
What?
Haha, it's me, Connor.
It sounds exactly like
That
him.
was spot on.
Yeah.
And Benny.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Kieran, you're here replacing Connor,
I am, yes.
who's traveling the world once again.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he's just gone up the coast.
Oh, okay, cool.
Have you been, man? What have you been watching this week?
I have been good, thank you. The only thing I've been watching is Avengers Infinity War, of course, like
Nice.
everyone else.
16 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I've seen it once.
Oh.
And just quickly, thank you to everyone who has checked out our review. It's trending incredibly well. It's actually our highest listened to episode
Just by a little bit.
by far. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's checked it out.
We love our fans. I just want to give a shout out to HBIC, the head bitch in charge. Good on you.
Yeah, sorry for that little detour.
That's okay.
So how was Infinity War for you, man?
Huge.
Infinite.
Yeah, very large. Very.
It's a big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, fuck. Wow. Can't believe I've seen it. It's just like,
I didn't really mention it in the review how shell shocked was the word
Yeah.
when I came out of the screen.
I saw that the meme that you guys posted with the Rock in his car, and it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
me for 30 minutes
Yeah.
after watching
Yeah.
Infinity War, and I was like, that is true.
Yeah.
That's how it was. Yeah. Such a
You've
good
just
time.
lost this huge beacon in your future.
Yeah,
It's
man.
now, it's
Yeah.
like we're in it at the moment, but it'll be behind us shortly. And it's, what do we have after that other than Infinity War Part 2?
Yeah. Well, I used to say, like, fuck, imagine if you died before you got to Infinity
Oh.
War. Like, just stay alive. You know,
Brutal.
like,
Just the moment you were dying, you'd be like,
no. Yeah. And other than that, I have been working a lot of nights, so I haven't watched anything since Ready Player One, which was very so-so.
Yeah, I don't think you didn't hate Ready Player One as much as we did. I don't think.
No, I didn't.
I didn't hate it as much as I do now when we reviewed it.
Yeah,
we should do a
yeah.
re-review of that one, but I'm not watching it again.
I kind of enjoyed the first half, like it was just a bit of crazy fun, and then I thought the back half was really PG and weak, but you know, teen fantasy shit. So
Yeah.
whatever.
How are you, Ben?
Yes, hello.
Welcome to Earth.
Thank you. I've had a busy week. Of course, working in a cinema while this goddamn movie is out is just a lot.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I did have the pleasure yesterday, though, of watching Jim Henson and Frank Oz's The Dark Crystal on the big screen.
Can you do the Skeksis noise?
Sorry, I had a big night last night. Not quite.
Yeah, that was good fun, man.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I think I fell asleep about 8 times, but
Oh,
because it's quite meandering.
Very much so.
It's all about the production of that film,
Yes.
just the sets and the puppets and the look
It's
and
a
the sound.
technical masterpiece.
Mm.
It's not a narrative masterpiece.
Luther and Jim Henson's performance as Jen, the main character, the Gelfling, is it's no good. It's Luke Skywalker in the beginning of A New Hope.
Yeah.
the whole time.
He's very bland.
Yeah.
Not an engaging protagonist
And he's
whatsoever.
Not a great puppet. He's definitely the weakest in the film, I think.
He has this really weird look to him that's
He's blank.
it's an uncanny valley kind of
He's
thing,
very
and it
blank,
actually
yeah.
kind of looks creepy.
Totally.
I
Yeah.
always remember. I haven't seen that since I was like 7, 8, 9 years old. But I mean, I remember thinking like, "Fuck, those Skeksis are so scary and cool."
Amazing.
But
yeah.
then the two protagonists, like that, sort of like, vaguely feminine, vaguely masculine,
Vaguely
Yeah.
Thunderbirds.
yeah, like yeah, that really weird face. Like I just thought they were such weak protagonists.
Mm.
Like I don't really remember them at all, except being like weak and shit
Mm.
characters.
Yeah,
Everything else very cool though. As you said,
Yeah.
the Skeksis. Holy shit,
Yeah.
amazing.
that scene where the
Emperor dies.
emperor dies.
Yeah, and just,
he's
like, crumbles
that crotchety
away.
old bastard.
Yeah.
He's like,
And all the other vultures things, they're just like swooping around trying
Yeah.
to get into
I should be
power.
the
They're just
emperor,
this
yeah.
disgusting. I'd actually rather see a film just based on the
Yeah.
Skeksis
They were
and just how
terrifying.
fucked up they were and
Mm.
yeah,
just, you know,
And
fucking each other up.
the
and-
old wizard creatures was so cool. So there is in production a
Yeah.
sequel, I guess. I don't know
It's a
exactly.
TV
what it is.
series, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
You
I
say
think
so,
we
yeah.
reported on it.
Yeah, they've released a short bit of footage of just behind the scenes
Yeah,
stuff, but
And it looks great.
Yeah, as long as they stick to that kind of Henson Workshop aesthetic, then go for it.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Skeksis gag on South Park like years and years ago?
It's
It was like the
vaguely-
Super Nanny episode.
Yeah.
Remember that? Like the British Super Nanny
Yeah.
thing from TV. And they had this thing like, which nanny will win the competition? And it was like all these different nannies. And then one of them was Nanny Skeksis. And it was like this Skeksis in like a little bonnet thing. And it goes, and then just cuts away. It's like a 1 second cut.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't ever mention the Skeksis again. It was just
Wow.
like someone just felt it good to throw that in there.
Pop culture
enough.
reference.
Yeah, look it up. Nanny Skeksis.
Wow. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Last week, right after the podcast, we watched Doctor Strange, Benny.
I need to do that.
And we said in the Infinity War review, I'm so glad we did that because there's a lot of Doctor Strange in Infinity War. And
Yes, yeah. Major
you know,
player.
just needed to get that little refresh.
Yeah, I like Doctor Strange was never my favorite Marvel movie. It feels pretty by the numbers in a lot of ways, but I don't know. I feel good about it, and like my estimation of it has just kind of gone up over time.
Yeah.
It's like it's really standard in so many ways, but I don't know. It's so slick. I think it looks really nice.
Yep.
And just obviously it's been said to death, but the special effects stuff they do in that movie is pretty wild.
Yeah, and the look of how they did all the sort of the manipulation of the sets and the landscapes and the CG work there really holds up, I feel.
Especially given the movies that came after it, which, you know, as we've said many times, the production's a little weaker in some ways, the CGI specifically. That movie looks really polished.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was clearly a passion project for Feige.
Oh,
As
yeah,
you know,
100%.
he'd been wanting to get that up on the big screen for ages.
Yeah, I recall watching that in the cinema, and I always really appreciated the way the setup they did on that. How it was like you were half an hour into the movie and nothing really had happened. It was like,
Yeah.
is this a drama about a
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
who changes his lifestyle?
Yeah.
Like,
Probably the least comedic Marvel movie, except for maybe
yeah,
Incredible Hulk.
I was like, I love this.
Mm.
This is cool. But I haven't seen it since then.
Yeah. No, definitely worth a chuck on, man.
Yeah.
I only watched half, and that was enough. But
Yeah,
so good.
I watched the rest of it and really enjoyed it. Just really enjoyed it. Obviously, the one complaint is Mads Mikkelsen's underutilization.
nothing there, yeah.
But
Who's that?
the main bad guy, the guy
Hannibal.
from Rogue One, Hannibal,
Yeah, yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen.
because
Yeah.
he is
Casino Royale. He's
Yes. Yeah.
he's such a great actor, and specifically as a villain, holy crap.
yeah,
What
perfect.
a waste! Like probably the most wasted actor in the entire MCU. Sorry, Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my week. So guys, we have another episode up right now. 10 questions after Infinity War. So our YouTube video for our spoiler review is just going nuts. It's on like 60,000 views, which is like by far our highest viewed episode. So that's really cool. And we've taken 10 questions that people have put in the comments, and we're going to be answering them with all our Infinity War knowledge. We've all seen it. I've seen it twice. You've seen it how many times, Kieran?
I've only seen it the once. I'm hopefully going to see it maybe tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Benny, you've seen it 3 times.
2 3/4.
2 3/4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, definitely go check that out. And you know, thanks to everyone who's been listening to our Infinity War review. Show a friend, show them us. You know, just chuck us
Just
on.
think of how funny it'll be
Especially
when they're just like, "Why are you showing me this?"
Especially Ben, like just
What?
point them
Look
to
at him.
that handsome fellow. All right, so let's get into the news. Got some really cool stories this week. Some,
Oh yeah, I do that, don't I?
yeah, that's your role.
It's my thing. Alrighty. First story. Avengers Infinity War box office. It has rocketed to over 100 million in a single day. So that
Wow.
we're talking American domestic, I assume, the Friday
Yep.
opening. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I wish I had $100 million in one day.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We
Yeah.
should make an Infinity War movie.
Yes.
But this is trending. Well, we reported not too long ago. Fandango, like the ticket pre-sales were trending like out of control.
Mm.
So no
Highest
surprise.
pre-sales for a superhero
Yeah,
film. Or
no
highest pre-sales ever.
surprise
Yeah.
that this is going nuts.
Mm.
Yeah, Black Panther was a surprise this year. This one's going to be a surprise if it isn't the biggest thing ever, really.
What do you guys think in terms of where this is going to end up in the rankings of highest grossing movies of all time?
So the previous 2 Avengers films are both in the top 10, aren't they?
Yes.
Avengers 1 obviously is. That was number 3 for a bit there
Yeah.
until Jurassic World.
What's
and then
holding
Force
down number
Awakens.
1 at the moment?
Avatar.
Avatar, Titanic.
Avatar just got past Titanic, hey?
No,
They're-
significantly.
Significant.
Yeah. Avatar's like got a solid fucking lead.
Yeah.
Really?
Avatar's
Okay.
2.7 billion. Titanic's 2.1 billion.
And
what's after that?
that's
Force Awakens,
that's like
2.068.
Okay, so that one's really close.
Yeah.
so they're like corrected for inflation and stuff, right?
These aren't, no.
I don't know.
Gone with the Wind is the highest earner of all time with inflation. Because that was in
Ah,
cinemas for 16 years or something.
Then number 4, we've got Jurassic World,
Yeah.
1.6. So there's a big gap there.
What's the gap? 1.6 to
Force Awakens at number 3, which is 2.06.
okay.
Then we've got Marvel's The Avengers at number 5, 1.5. And then Furious 7. Far out, man. I
Yeah.
forget that movie made so much money.
How the fuck
Number
did Jurassic
6.
World eclipse Avengers?
I know.
It
what
was the
hell,
gap, man. It was like the Force
nostalgia.
Awakens thing. Like, oh, it's back.
Yeah.
But nobody cared about Jurassic Park. Surely, I mean, the
So many
original obviously was
people
the
do.
highest earner of all time. But like Jurassic Park 3, why? Who was coming for a sequel to that? Anyway,
And then number 7, we've got Avengers Age of Ultron 1.4. So we got 2 Marvel
and Black
movies.
Panther in number 10.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Black Panther number 10.
Crazy.
Wow.
Insane.
Yeah. So after this, you can give it a couple of weeks. They're
Insane.
going to have 4 in the top 10.
Good on him.
Feige's got to be proud of that.
I wonder if it's going to eclipse the first Avengers at 1.5.
So it'll take Ultron easy.
Yeah. I think
What's it sitting on?
right now,
Yeah.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll
Let's
at
have a
least
look.
knock off Jurassic World for number 4. Cracking the top 3 is a big ask, but
Yeah.
could do.
Still,
Because there's
I
a big
mean,
gap between 3 and 4. I reckon it'll sit in there easily.
105.
105
now.
million.
Yeah.
So what's next on its list? Its kill list.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to go. We got to give it like a month.
Yeah.
You know.
Because all these films, their takings are based on what? Just up to date, or just their period in the cinema.
Period in the cinema. Only box office, doesn't include
Yep,
any
yep,
revenue
yep.
from
Okay.
DVDs or Blu-ray.
Righto.
Yeah.
So it's generally a 2-3 week window you get in box office.
Well, Black
No,
Panther.
this is going to be in cinemas until the end of the year.
Yeah.
But most movies.
End of the
though, you
year.
know,
Yeah. Black Panther is still playing in a lot of places.
It is
And how long ago did that come out?
February.
This movie is not going to be front loaded. This is going to have legs on it because people are probably still trying to catch up on the other 18 films in the franchise. You know.
fully.
and it demands multiple viewings.
Oh yeah, this is one
Yeah.
people are going to go back for. I
Yeah.
mean, as we mentioned, I've said it 3 times already.
I want to see it in IMAX as well.
Yeah,
You know, that would be killer.
Yeah,
'Cause they shot this all on IMAX.
yeah, I forgot about that.
We didn't talk about that at all.
Oh,
That's interesting.
I
Yeah,
didn't even
fuck,
know
let's-
that.
Yeah. And the whole
Let's do that.
film, like, you know how Nolan in the Dark Knight series, he'll do like a sequence and it was
Yeah.
like, he did a sequence in IMAX.
Yeah.
Cut
They've
back
done
and
the
forth.
whole fucking movie.
First,
IMAX.
First one.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Mm.
That'd be cool to do.
Yeah. Well, it's a bitch. It's a massive bitch.
No, I mean to go and see.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a massive bitch.
It's a bitch, yeah. Got to go all the way down
Yeah.
to Circular Quay. Oh wait, did they move the IMAX from?
Closed.
From
Yeah, I have to go to Hoyt's.
Darling,
Go to
Darling.
Hoyt's over in the entertainment quarter, mate.
Nah, fuck that. You know I'm out. Nah, it's fuck 'em.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Any further thoughts on that?
No, just it's going to crush.
I
and
reckon. Do you reckon top 5?
I'm
What
going
did
to
I
say
just
top
say?
5.
I don't know.
I can't hear you over there.
Eh?
Number 4, easy.
Okay.
Number
cool.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it gets Jurassic World out the way.
I hope it
That
takes
would be
Jurassic
nice.
World out of the top 10 somehow.
Yeah, somehow, yeah.
Just completely replaces it.
It's like absorbs some of its box office revenue.
Oh, actually, yeah, because, hold on. Avengers Infinity War is going to knock Black Panther out of the top 10.
Yep. Maybe
But Black Panther's still earning, I reckon,
Yeah.
so it could
Maybe it'll
keep going. Yeah.
go up to number 9.
Hail Mary. It's good to see the little guy win once in a
Yeah.
while, you know?
Yeah.
On your Disney.
Yeah.
All right, story number 2. Annabelle 3 is in development with It co-writer set to direct.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but...
That's Gary
So that-
Dauberman.
yes.
So he was the writer of the first 2 Annabelle films.
Okay.
Is that
And he's going to
Doberman?
make his Doberman.
Doberman? Doberman?
Don't know. And he wrote the first 2 Annabelle films, and he's going to be coming in to do his directorial debut on this one. I'm
Exciting
really
times
excited
for
for this
Doberman.
because I didn't really think Annabelle 1 is anything special at all.
Haven't seen it.
Really, really enjoyed when we went to see Annabelle Creation.
I loved Annabelle
I mean,
Creation.
the movie was great, but sitting down and having dinner with you, man,
I was so
it's
nice.
a pleasure.
Yeah. Connor wasn't there. It was, no, I enjoyed the shit out of that movie. That's one of my favorite horror movies of the last few years. The ending notwithstanding, that tried to tie it into the first one really hard.
That was so dumb.
Yeah.
That was, as a Connor expression, that was hammed in.
So hammed in.
The horror.
Yeah, I was not around it.
Yeah.
So this guy, have you seen any of those? You're not a horror guy.
Nah.
No.
Nah. Fuck no.
So this means nothing to you.
It means nothing. It means less than nothing to me.
So this guy he was involved with It in a writing capacity, and he's also.
And I would say that's a very well written movie.
Yeah.
100%.
The
cast does a lot of the heavy lifting and the directing, but no flaws in the writing.
Yeah, I mean the blueprint of the film was there
It was there. People spoke the words that he wrote down.
on the paper.
Presumably.
said 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the film I'm really excited for this year, The Nun, which is a story co-written by James Wan with this guy.
Nun attack.
So
Conjuring
I'm
2
really
spin-off.
the Conjuring verse, the
The
Conjureverse,
Conjureverse.
which I just hope that goes really well because
Yeah.
I like those films.
I love the little bit in Annabelle 2 where it just shows the picture of the nun and it's like, what's that?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, coming soon.
What is that?
Like flashes on the screen, coming 2019.
That's a nun.
So why don't you like horror movies, Kieran?
'Cause you're a
why are you
coward.
laughing? Why are you laughing at The Nun? The title, The Nun.
That's a two-part question, George. So let me field the first part
Okay.
initially.
Yeah.
The reason I don't like horror movies is because they scare me.
Okay.
And I find it to be mind pollution.
Right.
Yes.
It makes me feel uncomfortable in my life, which I don't enjoy.
Damn.
I like to feel happy.
Yeah,
and
you're a pretty
positive
happy-go-lucky
generally.
guy.
Yeah. So I don't enjoy feeling scared.
Yeah,
unlike
right.
some other people. For some reason, they enjoy that.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love horror movies. I like the big concepts and weird ideas, but every time I sit down in a theater, I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah. So I generally just get too scared to watch them.
Yep.
I respect so much that you can say that. So many people are just like, no, I don't like horror movies. They're stupid. It's like, no, you're scared, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm fucking heaps scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just find them. I mean, I don't watch them, so it's not a big issue. But I'm laughing because I find them really formulaic. And even though I don't watch them, it frustrates me from a thematic point of view, like a filmmaking point of view. It's like I'm so tired of people saying little girls in Victorian era dress is spooky, or a house in the forest, that's spooky. Little girls are spooky. It's like you just learnt that from movies, man. That's not scary at all. There's millions of little girls walking around out on the street right now. They're not
man.
scary.
It's terrifying.
And it's like, oh, you know what would be really scary? A convent or an old mansion or a nun. It's like, oh wow, that's so fucking original. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of tropes in the genre.
Oh, it's
You're talking to the wrong crowd. I
know, yeah. But I just think it's boring. It's so retreaded over and over again.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of reinvention, and that's what's cool. And what I love about these horror movies is they can make such a great return on investment.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that.
You love the
a lot of great film directors started in the horror genre.
Yeah.
And I've got this sort of affinity to it, and I love that sort of low budget thing. Talking about box office, the first we got some box office stats for the Annabelle films here. Made 84 million at the box office from 6.5 million
Crazy.
budget.
Yeah,
that is huge. So that's the first.
That's
Annabelle
a pretty common
film.
story with horror hits.
Why
Yeah.
does anyone make anything but horror
Yeah.
movies? Why do they spend $300 million on these blockbusters and get 2 times back when you could make that
Yes.
margin? Holy crap!
Yeah.
And Annabelle Creation made 102 million from 15 million. So another great
So
result
good
there.
for them.
The first one wasn't even good, so that's
Yeah.
the thing with horror.
Insane.
Quality is not a huge factor in it.
If
It's just
you're-
like a great marketing campaign, released at the right time of
Mhm.
year.
Put the quote on that says it's the scariest film ever made.
Boom.
Yeah. If you're a production house, man, you'd be foolish not to have a wing just dedicated to churning horrors
Yeah.
and keeping the place ticking over.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mm-mm.
it'd be such a good formula.
That's why I love Blumhouse, man. That production company.
Yeah.
They're just doing such good stuff.
Mm.
But But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this, and let's get the controversy pumping.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sometimes
I want
there's
3
like,
controversy movies a year.
sometimes there's a horror movie that comes along and
And a
I'm
team
like,
up one.
I wish I was more into them because they do look cool, and when they are cool, they're really cool. Like I remember that one. You have to help me here, Schmitty. Those 2 kids and their mum comes back from the hospital covered in bandages.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Mum," and she's like, "It's not their mum or something."
Mummy?
No, it was
It was German or something, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
French, wasn't it?
Yeah.
yeah, German French.
Yeah.
French.
Yeah.
What was that? Goodnight Mama or something?
Yeah, that looked really cool to me.
That was a creepy
And I could
fucking
tell-
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
I could
Really?
tell it
Yeah.
was
How
going
was
to be
that?
good.
It was cool. It was not as good as the trailer
Okay.
because it
The
It's got a bit more of that
I watched the
European
trailer
vibe.
and I was like, "Damn, this looks quite awesome," but I'm too afraid.
very distressing. Yeah. There's a twist in it, and it changes how you frame the entire movie.
Right.
And it's
For better or worse.
It's well executed, but it's not what the trailer looked like. And the trailer, that was one of my favorite trailers of that year. I watched that many times.
Yeah, that was a killer trailer.
Yeah,
really
and I love the
spooky.
way you're like, "Shit, these little kids are in such danger," but then there's like that sort of like almost comedic like Rambo twist, like where these
Yeah.
8-year-olds are like, "Let's gear up,"
Yeah,
and they've got
yeah.
like their slingshots and like helmets or
Yeah,
something, and
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
"Whoa, they're going out and they're gonna fuck up this whoever this is in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bandages."
Yeah.
And that bug scene from the trailer still haunts me, man.
Gross, very gross.
Where they get this big fat like
Cockroach.
thing
Yeah, I
and they
remember
put
that.
it in her mouth while she's asleep and she just
eats
goes
it. Yeah.
and starts eating it and you're like, "No!"
Not for the squeamish, that film, I'll tell you
Oh.
what.
Yeah.
All right. Story number 3. Jessica Jones and the Defenders director S.J. Clarkson has been tapped to direct Star Trek 4. Star Trek 4 2, not the one about the whales that we already had. So, yeah, the sequel to Star Trek Beyond, which is sort of working in production concurrently with the Tarantino one that they're doing as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weird times at Paramount.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I enjoyed Star Trek Beyond quite a bit.
I loved Beyond. That was one of my favorite blockbusters.
I think that's probably the best in the new Star Trek films.
I think so, yeah. It's just so refreshing after Into Darkness. My God.
ugh.
Just so refreshing after just a few years of kind of dark blockbusters and stuff. It was so bright and like, you know, the climax is like a Beastie Boys song that just had you pump in the air. It was great.
And it had a very typical Star Trek episode feel to it and plot narrative extended out over a 2-hour film.
Totally. Felt much more like TOS than the other movies.
And that was so refreshing.
Mm.
I'll go back. I'll use that word as well, Benny.
yeah.
I'll take that
It's
from
refreshing
you.
for you to do that.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I'm also really excited for the Tarantino one. It's cool to see they're
different
getting
reasons.
a female director in. I think that's a big win. And S.J. Clarkson, she's got some pretty good credentials under her belt. She's been a director in Dexter, Orange is the New Black, Bates Motel, Banshee, and most recently she directed all 4 episodes of a miniseries called Collateral. Don't know much about that, but you know, she's pretty seasoned, man.
That's the Netflix one, right? Collateral, is it?
Quite possibly. I have no idea.
Solid work. Not a lot of flair in those things, but you obviously when you're doing TV, you kind of have to adopt a house style.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how she goes with her own thing.
So number 1, really good to see that. Number 2, I think we talked about this last year, Benny. Chris Hemsworth coming back to this one. He was in the first Star Trek. He was Captain
Before
Kirk's.
he was a big deal.
Yeah, before he was a big
Imagine
deal.
the markup on his salary for this.
yeah.
Oh man. So he
He was great in that first
yeah,
one
he was
as well.
so cool.
That
He was in the
scene,
opening scene. Yeah.
that is such a powerful scene. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's JJ at his best, man.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go. There's gonna be some time travel aspect to this. This series has tapped into time travel quite a bit. And I'm excited to see Hemsworth. You know, I really enjoyed him in Thor Ragnarok, and I want him to get
Infinity
some
War.
other.
He's
Sorry, not Thor. I meant.
Yeah, he's terrible in Ragnarok.
Yeah, he's awful, just awful. No, I meant to say Infinity War. He's great in both, but I want him to get another win under his belt. I feel
'cause
like that's
most
all
of
he's
his-
got.
Yeah, most of the stuff outside of the Marvel universe has been very
It's
just
nothing.
miss. He's not even hit and miss. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
miss.
I was gonna say, what do you guys know of anything he's
Except
actually
Ghostbusters,
done?
the reboot, he was great
Oh,
in. He
yeah.
was so
He was
funny in that. The
sexy
secretary, yeah.
Secretary.
And what was that? In the Heart of the Sea. That
Oh yeah, the whale.
Moby Dick one.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Yep.
If that movie was Thor and Spider-Man hunting whales, that would have been awesome.
What do you think about this Tarantino?
You have such a Tommy Wiseau laugh sometimes.
Do I? Fuck, that's terrifying. I've got to work on that.
Yeah.
He has a great fake customer laugh.
Oh man.
When we're working
Just-
together and
yeah.
the customer says something, he's just like,
Die.
Yeah, it's like I want it known that that was not funny what you said, and go away.
Yeah, you just write it down on a piece of paper. That was not funny, and just slide it over to him.
I actually think I was on the episode when the Tarantino one was announced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of continuity for you. That's
What do
good.
you think? Are you pumped? Are you interested?
I'm interested. Yeah.
Intrigued.
I'm not a Trek.
Very good.
Good.
Are you sure you're not?
Yeah, never watch them.
Don't care about them.
Don't care.
Hate
Nah,
them. They
don't
scare
care.
me.
Too frightening. Yeah, but I am interested. I mean, everyone's pretty familiar with that property. So yeah, I'll watch it. The Tarantino one, I'm interested. He's writer, producer,
He's
co-writer.
not specifically directing at this point, but
Yeah, he'll
He
be
could
there.
be.
Yeah.
He's floating.
this sounds incredibly contrived. Bringing back Chris Hemsworth into this, like obviously, if that was any other actor who didn't become a huge movie star, they wouldn't be thinking about that. So
No.
I don't know, but again, Love Beyond. Hopefully, they continue down that trend.
Yeah. I think there's enough mileage in Hemsworth to bring him on board and just make him, add some X factor to it.
He's such a strong comedic actor, so I don't know what they do with him in this. His character.
He was
in-
quite stern in Star Trek 1, the JJ one.
Yeah,
Tell you what, he was great in was the
Rush.
Crocodile Dundee 2 trailer.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, yeah,
hilarious.
He
man.
was great.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
So funny.
Really?
He's a funny man.
Really.
Ooh. Next story.
Oh, yeah.
Next story. Number 4. This is a cool one. LAIKA, their new stop motion film, is to star Hugh Jackman, Zoe Saldana, and Zach Galifianakis. Don't care about that, but the fact that they're making a new stop motion film, very exciting. This
Yeah.
is
This is the Kubo crowd, right?
Kubo and the Two Strings, Coraline,
Yeah. I still haven't seen
Paranorman.
Kubo.
Oh, you got to check
Oh
that
no,
one
I
out.
have
man.
to see it.
Yeah.
I have to see it.
You haven't seen Kubo?
No, I haven't got around to it, man.
Anyone listening to this, watch Kubo and the Two Strings. That was
And
one
Gladiator.
that was one of my favorites from 2016. And I'm so glad that these guys are coming back because I thought it could be over.
Why would you think that?
Look, each successive film that they've released has returned less at the box office.
Yeah.
From Kubo.
From Coraline
Oh.
all the way through.
Mm.
Each one has had a higher production budget.
Yeah.
And a lower box office return.
Just so sad. No one cares about these things.
Yeah.
No movie has more like craft put into them than what these guys pump out.
Suck on that, Aardman.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
No, I just mean stop
Play
motion in general, like
dickheads.
animation as a whole, but stop motion in particular
It's
is
sad that something like this versus Boss Baby, Boss Baby, that
that
there's
movie
a
was
sequel
you
or
mean
something.
Academy Award nominated Boss Baby? Thank you very much.
Wow.
What was that
really?
nominated for?
Best animated picture.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Jesus Christ.
Probably wasn't that bad. I mean, we certainly didn't see it.
But it sucks that that's getting recognition and LAIKA is barely keeping its head above water.
That's the way the world works, man. It's unfair and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Occupy Wall Street,
So
2018.
Yeah.
So Annapurna Pictures has come to take over distribution of their films, which was previously done by Focus Features.
That's a classy distributor.
She's
Interesting.
That company is known for working with PTA, Paul Thomas Anderson, and releasing his work. I believe they've been the production and distribution company for his last
Annapurna.
bunch of features.
Have that creepy VHS logo.
Yeah. And what's her name? The owner of Annapurna.
Anna Perna, I believe.
Oh,
No, I don't think it is.
Isn't it? It's
No, I don't think that's right.
some famous directors. somebody or something?
Yeah. I'll find her now. But she's really cool. She's like 32.
Mm.
She's got all these features under her belt. Her production company's absolutely smashing it. It's I just thought that was really cool. I didn't realize she was so young. Let me find her name here. Megan Ellison.
Of course.
32 years old, 1986. So also Zero Dark 30, Her, American Hustle, Phantom Thread.
Nice.
Like there's some really good stuff. So that's really cool, and I hope that LAIKA with Annapurna can figure out a better distribution model of some sort so that they can get a better ROI on
What's that mean?
return on investment.
Drop the tech speak, nerd. Would be unsurprising, I think, if we stop getting these theatrically released. Like this feels like something Netflix would love to pick up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I feel that would also be the kind of place where, like, it would find a more loving home. It would be the kind of thing where, like, ironically, you get downgraded to Netflix release, but then that's where you crack it, you know?
You might get somebody who might not go to the cinema to see the film.
Yeah, watch it.
But they'll just chuck it on Netflix to say, "Oh, I'll check this out. You know, I'll give it a punt." And if anyone puts on Kubo and the Two Strings and doesn't enjoy it, you know, I feel sorry for you.
They don't have a soul. They're bad men.
Seriously, they don't, because that film is just A grade shit.
Opinions are subjective, but you know that one is just wrong if you have it.
Yeah. So yeah, bring it on, man. Like, I need more. Did you watch the Box Trolls? I heard that one weirded me out.
That one was a bit weird. Yeah, it was not a huge success.
No,
It looked good though. I saw that in ushering that, and it was cool.
It was gorgeous to look at. I mean, the
man.
production gets stronger with every film they do. But
Paranorman though, that's one of my absolute favorites.
Paranorman's totally my
Seen
favorite.
that
one.
either.
That's killer, man.
Yeah.
Why do we invite you on?
This got a few.
You're just
horror
talking about the
elements.
wrong things.
That's probably about as horror as you would go. Paranorman.
It's pretty spooky. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Story number 5: A Quiet Place sequel moving forward at Paramount.
What?
Yeah, it's made on a budget of just $17 million. The John Krasinski horror film has already grossed $219 worldwide. Holy shit! I can't believe it was that cheap to make.
I
didn't
really
realize.
hope it starts right off the back of the last one, and it's just like her shotgunning those two that run in.
Opens with that scene.
Yeah, and she
that'd be cool.
shotguns them, and that's the end of the confirmed 3 in the area, and then
And they
it's
just live
solved,
happily.
and then it's them living on a farm for like another hour and 50
Doing
minutes.
chores.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I love
longer
that.
than the
Her
first
like
movie.
bringing in washing and smiling and stuff, and the little kid like lying in the cornfield and that, and then it ends.
They're just eating food.
Yeah.
Just for like a day in the life.
I would have guessed that movie was like $30 to $40 million. Like
Yeah, I thought the CG work
pretty slick.
for those creatures for that kind of budget, that's pretty good going.
What was the budget? Sorry.
17 million.
Nice. And what did it pull in?
Nice.
219.
You gotta start paying attention,
Right
man.
Yeah.
We'll go through the stories again.
Yeah.
Um,
That was great.
I thoroughly enjoyed Quiet Place. Definitely go check out
Me
a
too.
review.
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How was this on your scareometer?
Not very scary.
And did you enjoy the film?
I very much enjoyed the film. It wasn't very scary. I heard that it was really scary, so I was like, oh, should I see it? And then someone else, a friend of mine, saw it and was like, oh, I'd give it a 6 out of 10, scary. And that's like a person who's pretty much on the same level as me. And I was like, fine.
Okay.
It was like, monster movie, with it's like a thriller with a monster.
It was tense.
Yeah, it
mostly.
was a tense monster movie.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
find
thriller.
people generally underestimate how well they can handle horror.
Yeah, and I'm like existential horrors and shit, like I can deal with. It's more just like the supernatural jump scares, which I'm not interested in, which make me afraid to walk down my own hallway. That's where like I draw the line.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd freak out in Insidious or something like that.
Yeah, I don't like the supernatural stuff,
Okay.
but other things like people losing their mind or monsters and that, they're fine. Yeah.
So this is a no-brainer. Making a sequel to this, I don't imagine they had a lot of deliberation on whether or not they should go ahead. Interesting to see if anyone who actually was involved in the first film was going to come back and do it, because it's, I can only assume, being greenlit for purely financial reasons at this point.
Do you reckon it'll be a prequel?
Oh, that could be interesting.
I hope not.
I definitely,
Yeah.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so either. Too much budget.
I hope they keep it as nondescript as the first one was. I really liked the aspects
Same,
that
yeah.
it didn't give you all the information of this is what happened. Aliens came down and they went to San Francisco
I've
first,
just
and then
had
the
a-
first
Yeah.
wave did this.
So
and
I've
then,
just had a vision of the future. I know what this is going to be, and it's going to explain everything. We're going to get all the information we didn't get
Yeah.
in the first
I
one.
really don't want
Krasinski's
that.
not going to be involved.
That would suck.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I
think
really
he needs
enjoyed
to be in this.
about that movie too. I really appreciated the way you just get dropped in and it's like a day in the life and you just watch these people
Suffer.
halfway through their story do some stuff and you're
Mm.
like, wow, that
And it's
was
more about
great.
the family drama and
Yeah.
the interactions with
Yeah.
the family.
Yeah.
Than
I mean,
the
classic
concept.
alien monster horror movies, they're an excellent vehicle for discussing that stuff. Like, you know, E.T. isn't about an alien. You know, Super 8
It's about
isn't,
Jesus.
isn't about an alien. You know? Like
I'm pretty sure those movies are about aliens.
and I
haven't seen them for
remember
a while.
like JJ saying that, I think, when Super 8 came out, like it's not about an alien. It's about a boy going through puberty or like adolescence and about self-belonging and stuff.
Right.
Like the alien represents
Grief and
you
loss.
feeling alienated in
Okay.
your own world.
Whoa.
It's like, yeah,
That's some deep shit, man.
Oh my
yeah, think about
God.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the way, it was a good vehicle for that family to, sort their shit out.
Yeah.
So Krasinski's busy at the moment. He's currently attached to direct Life on Mars for Paramount. And now that's not an adaptation of the Bowie song. I believe it
Damn.
actually is about life on Mars. I think it's a
Ah.
sci-fi thriller type deal.
There
Yep.
was a BBC TV series back in like 04 called Life on Mars. Did you watch that?
I have not seen it.
I
No.
would
Yeah.
hate to see the CG in that.
It
today's
didn't really
standards.
have any CG.
Oh, it
It's
didn't?
not about Mars.
It was about a policeman who gets hit by a car and wakes up in 1972.
Right.
on Earth.
Yeah, it was
Oh, not on Mars.
yeah,
not
like
on
you
Mars,
watch it
no.
now and it's pretty dated, but it's pretty
Okay.
cool. And every
John
week,
Sim from Doctor Who.
yeah,
Yeah.
featured a lot of Bowie and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
just
cool.
drop that in.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I hope this sci-fi thriller is cool. If he can do what he did on A Quiet Place and translate that to some, I really have an affinity to films set on Mars. I don't
Okay.
know. I have this weird kind of like
Ghosts
attraction.
of Mars.
Fuck yeah, man! Ice Cube,
John
the
Carpenter,
John
isn't it?
Carpenter. Fuck yeah, we should chuck that on. Actually,
I would
we should
I would
get
like to,
belted
yeah.
and watch that.
I haven't.
That'd be
I don't think I don't think
hilarious.
I've properly seen it. I would love to watch that.
Oh, that'd be great.
What
Uh,
other Mars
see when Ice
movies
Cube
are
made
there?
Mission to Mars. What was that one?
The
that got-
Martian?
The Martian.
Oh,
That
shit,
movie
it's cool.
ruled.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something intriguing about it. I've always been into it.
You should go.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
Take
not?
a visit.
It's a one-way trip to
Ask
paradise.
Elon, man.
Alrighty. Next up, final story, number 6. Joss Whedon says his Batgirl idea crumbled in his hands. Direct quote. Wow.
Yeah,
He's in the bad books now, Paul Whedon.
Here's the full quote. I felt it had been a year since I had pitched a story. A lot happened in that year, and I felt some of the elements might not work as well, and the story just kind of crumbled in my hands because there were elements I just hadn't mastered, and after a long time, I felt like I wasn't going to.
Interesting.
To summarize, they wanted a woman to direct because of the current social climate, which is the best move for the project.
Definitely.
And I'm sure everyone just agreed to depart very quietly and quickly.
Yep.
So, Batgirl,
Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, daughter of Commissioner Gordon.
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon, daughter of.
So he would go over and do a DC thing.
Yeah,
he did. He directed Justice League.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's
After-
right. They
after
brought him on.
Zack
Fuck,
Yeah.
That's a
Snyder
wig
left the
out.
project. Yeah, so weird.
Yeah,
I
Zack
always
Snyder
think
left.
of him
I bet he wish he
firmly
didn't do that.
in the Marvel camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he
Well, they
defected.
didn't part on great terms after Age of Ultron. He was very candid about how bad of a time he had on that project.
Oh, so he's not involved with them anymore.
No, not in any.
Thought he
I
was
think
not in
this
any
was on the
capacity, I
red
think.
carpet he did this, so he's like PR-wise, I think he's involved. But like I think he was in that 10-year anniversary photo.
Yeah.
He was in that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, on public relations wise,
Yeah.
he's still involved, but in terms of a creative,
Yeah.
There's no ties, I don't believe, and I don't know if that will ever be patched up.
Yeah, I don't
Just-
think the split was like crazy bad. Like he's
Yeah.
probably like Favreau and
Do
just
you
like
know what exactly happened there on Age of Ultron?
too much manhandling. Feige was really strict on his vision of that film. I believe like all the Thor stuff with the Infinity Stones was not something that Joss Whedon had any interest in putting in that film. But you know, Feige had eyes on the bigger picture,
Yeah.
as he does, which is you know, it's his right. It's his project.
He's
overall.
like Dumbledore, kind of in Harry Potter.
He's
Yeah.
absolutely like Dumbledore. Yeah.
He's the guide. He's the
He
shepherd.
sees- yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
He's the shepherd to the sheep.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
a shame. It's a shame, especially because I feel like Joss Whedon is very unhappy about Age of Ultron, which I love, and we discussed this recently. Check out our review.
Plug. Boom.
Yeah, I like. It's one of those situations where I want to reach out to a creator and be like, "I'm sorry you had this experience."
I was
think
saying
I think
Boo
it's great.
Earns.
Yeah, I was saying Boo Earns. I love it, man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it on that viewing.
Mm. And he'd probably slap you in the face because be like, "No, it's a piece of shit. Fuck you." It's like, damn it.
Yeah, probably. The
So Batgirl, son of
Son of Joss Whedon.
Is that like a Batman thing?
No, not related whatsoever. It is, yes. She's part of the Bat family. You
She
know,
blow in, or is
like
like
Hugh
a
Robin.
biological daughter?
Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, I
Oh,
Vatican just went
Commissioner
through this.
Gordon's
Commissioner
daughter.
Gordon, yeah.
Yeah.
Not featured in the Dark Knight trilogy. I don't think. I think that girl had a different name or something, didn't she?
Yeah.
Weird. But yeah, this should be a really cool project. I like Joss Whedon. I generally quite like his output. He's a little, he's got his quirks that kind of grate after watching like 8 seasons of Buffy and Angel. But he's really in a bad place in the public eye at the moment because of basically the stuff about him cheating on his wife and some revelations about maybe abusing his power on set with
One of those
actresses
dudes.
or whatever. Yeah.
Really?
Sort of, yeah. Not like
Damn.
there've been no hardcore accusations or any crimes committed, it seems. But yeah, just in terms of people's opinion of him, it has dropped low.
Oh.
Big-
What
people-
other big name films does he have under his belt?
Serenity, the Firefly film, and 2 Avengers movies, and Justice League now, and
Okay.
Much Ado About Nothing,
Okay.
which he shot in 11 days in his backyard.
Wow.
I don't know what's wrong with my brain.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Cool. All right, that's all the news for this week. Next up, we have some time. What time is that?
it's trailer time.
trailer time.
Boom,
Movie
boom,
preview
boom.
session.
We
Big
have,
one this week. Big week of trying to make amends and fix some issues. We've got the first trailer for Sony and in association with Marvel, Venom.
Venom.
Oh, that makes so much sense now. After watching that trailer, that Sony is involved on that. Yeah, I was like, oh.
It does
yeah,
look.
We'll get to that.
It does look a little more like the Amazing Spider-Man series than the MCU.
Yeah, it reminded me of Naughty's kind of direct-to-DVD. It's sort of like a Blade kind of
Dude,
film.
it
Not
stinks
direct to
of the
DVD,
noughties.
but
Yeah.
it just has that kind of vibe.
Okay, I
I'm
want
not
to come.
quite sure what that is. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing,
Yeah.
but I actually quite enjoyed this trailer.
It's a throwback. I want to come out swinging. I love this trailer because I was defending the first one as well. Not as a Venom film necessarily, but I don't really give 2 craps about Venom as a character. So I wasn't fussed that Venom wasn't in that trailer. I'm like, I can wait. But clearly, Sony was like, shit, we got to do some damage control here and get another trailer out fast because people hated that trailer.
Hates
Is that the one
it.
that we just watched?
No, that was the
one
initial
before.
trailer. Doesn't have Venom
the
in it.
teaser.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's about a minute long.
Yeah.
There was no Venom.
no Venom. So they released this and everyone hates it. So they just can't win in this
Yeah, I
situation.
gotta say, I reckon it looked shit.
Really?
I really liked it. I think it looks a lot
think it
like
looks fun.
it looks like Upgrade, the Blumhouse film coming up.
Yeah.
Not as good, but I just really like that concept of. I like how they're portraying Eddie Brock in this as this guy, kind of like a journalist hero kind of guy who's just having a bad time. He has this entity in him that's just kind of taking control of his life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I like that idea to tap into him as a journalist,
Mm.
trying to uncover the truth.
Like Spider Man.
Ooh.
That's funny, Kieran.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm really into it, and
Well, you're wrong.
I'm intrigued. The only thing that I think was overutilized was his
Tendrils.
tendrils. Yeah, I thought that was overdone.
I didn't like the bike bit. I don't like.
Oh,
the
Yeah.
What
where
the
he's-
I
fuck?
think
How did he
that
get
took it
like
a step
20
too
feet
far.
of air?
But I love the scene in the apartment where
That's
he's
cool.
taking the guys out and he's like scared. He has no idea what he's doing. Really cool. And I love. I mean, what the main thing this trailer does is reveal Venom, who looks spot on.
He looks awesome.
He looks
I
great.
thought he looked CGI sheeny and lame.
But he's supposed to look all like shiny and glossy.
I don't know, man. It just wasn't doing it for me.
Really?
The
Yeah.
naughties, like CG sheen.
I
the
love
whole,
it. It's just perfect. I
the
think
super
he
clean.
sounds perfect.
I don't know.
Like just that line, "We are Venom."
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
I don't know.
Do you like the voice?
I think it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like the Tom Hardy voice?
No, I really don't like Tom Hardy's American accent.
He's a
in
man
this.
of so many weird little accents. I like it. It's so quirky and
I
weird.
can't. I can
It's
barely
like,
understand what he's
is
saying.
it Brooklyn or what
I'm
are
like,
you doing there?
What, is he Bane again
From
in
Jersey?
this? Like, what the hell's going on? I can't understand him.
The guy you work for is evil. Yeah.
don't
And
know.
speaking of words and talking, segue master. Everyone is taking a lot of issue with how Jenny Slate, who I love, pronounces symbiote
Yeah,
in this trailer because everyone traditionally it's been pronounced symbiote
symbiote.
in Marvel cartoons and
That's what
TV series
I've
and
always
stuff.
heard it as.
Totally, yeah.
Is that something that Marvel made up? What's symbiote?
It's it's the alien race that Venom is part of.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
The kind of
It's the black ooze kind
Yeah,
of
like
thing.
Yeah.
parasitic alien monsters. So I don't have a problem with this. I mean, it's obviously based on the word symbiosis. So
Yeah.
symbiote works fine for me, but people are getting real antsy about it. It's one of those situations people on the internet, they love to fight about these little,
They do. They live for it.
Point-
Little tiny
pointless-
details.
yeah, just getting into the nitty gritty. I say it either way. It's fine.
Yeah,
Um,
let's all be friends.
let's all be friends.
Yeah. I don't like the bike bit, man.
Yeah, I think that's where it kind of pushed it over the line for me in terms of the tendrils.
It reminded me of X-Men 1 or 2.
Yeah, I can
Like,
definitely see
I'm-
that.
Yeah. I'm not sure I can go
I
there.
love that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a massive Hellboy fan, Blade, you know, more of
Mm.
that stuff. And now my chair's squeaking again.
And now we know that he lands it.
you
know, like
yeah,
the-
it should have ended the
the
trailer, should have ended
trailer,
with him in
like-
the air.
Yeah, mid
gotta
end. It's
get
like,
their shit
does he
together,
land
man.
it? Does he not land it?
Yeah.
So I gotta say, despite not being like a huge Venom fan, first thought coming out of this trailer was like, oh my god, I would love to see him and Tom Holland Spider-Man together in some capacity.
Yeah.
Like, if the movie's shit, that's a shame. But I love Tom Hardy, and I think
Yeah.
the design for Venom is really good.
Yeah.
I think there's room to integrate him into that story if
Be
they wanted
cool.
to go that route.
It will add a lot more darkness to
How are you doing that with your chair?
Yeah.
Spider-Man
You're not even
Homecoming.
moving.
I know. I'm not even moving and it's like squeaking.
I don't
Okay, there
think
we
you
go.
can't really hear it on the recording, so
No, you can't.
No.
So everyone thinks we're crazy.
yeah, this is the boring.
Yeah, my
second
chair
thing.
is squeaking, guys, and it's like going
Maybe
like,
it's just you. Maybe you're squeaking because our chairs are
yeah, it's
fine.
my hip, man.
Anyway, tell us what you thought of the Venom trailer. In like caps with a lot of swearing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure you will anyway.
Yeah.
Alrighty, next up, second trailer. We have second and final trailer. Not a big week. We have Kin.
I really like this.
Kin, directed by someone.
Directed
starring
by somebody,
some other people.
starring actors.
a human in
James
it.
James Franco, Dennis Quaid. Everyone's favorite actor, Dennis Quaid. The poor man's Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Is in
He
this?
is, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely is.
He is. I love Kevin Costner. A lot of people don't, and I do. I'm a strong
that's
Costner man.
Like the least surprising thing I feel like I've ever heard is that
Yeah.
you really like Kevin
Really?
Costner. Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
just fits. It makes sense.
I just like him.
Yeah.
I have room for him in my life.
Yeah, everyone has that like dad-shaped hole in their heart. They're like, I wish I had Kevin Costner as a dad.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Except in Man of Steel, where he's the worst father imaginable.
Yeah.
You should have
Yeah.
let those children die, you little idiot. And he beats him all night. I think that's how that movie went.
He's
Uh,
like,
So this
don't
one,
save me.
Oh, God. Don't remind me of that.
So this one is produced by Sean Levy.
Cool.
And
Night
directed-
at the Museum director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a flick.
And what was that robot one he did with Hugh
Oh,
Jackman?
Real Steel.
Real Steel.
Yeah,
That's
baby.
the
I
Probably
never
the-
ever want to watch that
It's probably the
ever
most
again.
average thing I've ever seen in my life.
Painfully average. And
Rocky
this
IX.
this is directed by brothers Jonathan and Josh Baker.
Cool.
And
The Baker Boys.
based on their
Baker
short film
Boys.
Bagman.
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 Okay, so yeah, this is an interesting concept. It looks like some kind of the standard urban drama at some point set in the suburbs, and then suddenly there's this crazy sci-fi gun.
It looks very like Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah.
Kind of
Totally, yeah.
real world.
Feels like one of his concepts as well.
Yeah,
just
kind of like that very tech-based, lived-in sci-fi.
It's like
World
Goodwill
building.
Hunting with aliens.
world.
Yeah,
building.
kind of. Yeah, it's like Will Hunting if Will found a gun that
An alien
was
rifle.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
and kind of a fun concept. This is something I would like to see. This is something I'd like to see tackled more in the MCU. Spider-Man: Homecoming dealt with a lot, like the kind of arms trade with alien weapons
That
being
was one of
flooded
my
in.
fucking favorite scenes out of Homecoming, man.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover's like,
Yeah.
man, why are you always trying to upsell me? I don't want a fucking alien gun that'll blow a hole in time. I just want a pistol.
Yeah.
The upsell.
Yeah.
Great film. Great film.
Great film.
We just a little plug right here. We went on Geek of Oz not too long ago and did Spider-Man podcast. So definitely go check that out on their website, Geek of Oz. Just had to plug that
Very
there.
good. We just earned our rent this
Segue.
week.
Yep. Cha-ching. So what's everyone vibing on this? Everyone's into this.
Looks weird. Looks I tonally like it, I can't tell if this is going to be like super violent and distressing or if it's going to be like really PG.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. It wasn't super clear on which way it was going. It could like be a divergent kind of young adult thing, or it could go into like a District 9.
Yeah, like
kind of.
Is he really messing these people up with that gun? Like, what can that thing really do?
It's the classic like older figure back from jail thing. Like, I feel that's pretty. I've seen that a bunch of times. I don't know. I'd be happy to pass on this one, I reckon. If I come to see it, like, no worries. But like, that trailer didn't get me wanting to like go out and see it. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool little concept, but not going to rush out for it.
Nah.
James Franco as a villain is cool. Him in Spring Breakers is one of the classics. Anyway,
I think I'm intrigued, but I'm not sold.
I'm intrigued.
It could go either way with this one. All right, guys, time to hop into that A-wing. So we're heading off to Georgia's Star Wars corner for your weekly Star Wars update.
You got to get some more vehicles, man. You're just hopping between like
A-wing,
and
Y-wing. They're my favorites, man.
Yeah, okay.
I've only got limited funds.
Hey, it's your corner. Do what you want.
Do what you want.
I've only got a 7-park garage, so can't fit everything in there. So we got some cool news this week. A new anime-inspired Star Wars animated series is coming, Star Wars Resistance, to feature Poe Dameron and BB-8. So this is set in between Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and Episode 7, Force Awakens. So we're finally going to learn a bit more about that time period.
We could really use some backstory there.
Yeah,
really could use some backstory there. So that's really cool. Now,
just before we really delve into this, I hate the words anime inspired. That gives me a lot of pause. But I've just remembered this short film independently produced by one guy, I think, called TIE Fighter.
Oh, dude.
Amazing. It's really inspired by like 80s anime, like your
Gundam and stuff.
Yeah. And it is really stunning. Check it out on YouTube. TIE Fighter Remastered.
We'll chuck it up on our Facebook.
7 minutes long, gorgeous. Anyway,
cool.
Carry on.
It is beautifully put together, and it makes you very, very
sad that they didn't make one of those in the 80s.
Yeah,
that would have been wicked.
Yeah. So Dave Filoni, longtime Star Wars animator guru, is coming back. So he did the Clone Wars, he did Star Wars Rebels, and now he's coming back for this.
Have you watched Star Wars Rebels, George?
I've watched season 2, my friend.
Oh, cool. I've heard it gets really good at season 5.
I've heard it gets really good at season 2, and then you get the fuck out of there. Yeah, so my relationship with the Star Wars animated series is hit and miss. I think some episodes are so good. Like there's some really great stuff in the mythology and the world building.
Some of the Darth Maul stuff is very cool.
Yeah, really cool stuff. I watched the Darth Maul arc in season 2. That was one of the main reasons why I watched that. I think it was Rebels season 2. Yeah, I think that's right. But really cool little arcs, but there's so much filler. I feel like it's like a 2/3 to 3/4 of it is just really crap. Really,
you can really feel it as a
by
kid's
the
show.
numbers. Like, we got to go get this MacGuffin on a mission, and they're shooting down droids or whatever, and it's very, very standard. And I don't want to sit around watching that shit. I just want to see the best of the best.
Yeah, if they cut those season, episode runs by half, it would be all the better for it.
Oh man, if it was 10 episode seasons, this would be insane.
Like
they're doing 20 episode seasons.
something
25.
like that. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that like the majority of Star Wars content, like official canon stuff, on the screen is these animated shows. It kind of filters out the quality of the series a bit. Not that I don't dislike them. I've watched through Clone Wars, but it's not the cream of the crop.
Yeah, it has cool elements. It has some cool stuff in there, but I personally don't love it. But this sounds really cool. So we're following in this series a young Resistance pilot by the name of Kazuda Ziono,
Fantastic.
who's tasked with spying on the First Order as the organization becomes more and more of a threat. So this is coming out in the fall. What's the fall? What's the opposite of this? Spring?
Autumn.
So what? That'll come out sort of October, September, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So we've got a few months, but before this comes out. But interestingly enough, who's coming back? Oscar Isaac, Gwendolyn Christie. They're in this as Poe Dameron and Captain Phasma. So that's pretty
this
cool.
Isn't an anime series?
It is an animated series, but
animated series need voices.
They're going to be the voices.
Oh, right. Yep. Gotcha.
No, they're coming. They're animating it.
Yeah.
They're doing the drawings.
Shit.
So that's cool. Man. That's cool. They're bringing them into this.
I guess they'll be there for the first episode and then be like, "Hi, main character. Goodbye."
Yeah, you're probably right. You're
Yeah.
probably right.
Yeah.
You should probably be a bit more cynical. And,
Yeah.
But
Get you closer to the mark.
So we haven't had any kind of look at this so far.
No, there's one sort of teaser image
that we don't get much from.
It looks like Wind Waker.
It does a lot, yeah. Can
Zelda Wind Waker.
Can we tell
See
it?
that?
Can we tell at all if it's going to be like traditionally animated or
I think it's
CGI?
CG.
Presumably, because anime inspired.
Yeah.
Kind of make me think 2D, but
yeah, CG.
so that's going to be weird.
Yeah, and one of the downfalls of this series, in my opinion, is the animation style.
The
I
aesthetic
really don't
is
like that.
Not great. I liked the Tartakovsky designs in the original Clone Wars.
Incredible.
I don't think that when it moved to 3D that it worked entirely.
The stylization didn't work.
I like the look of Rebels even less, I think. I really not into it too much. Not around it.
Yeah. Not around it.
But hopefully, I mean, that's probably...
This could be cool.
This is an area that they're probably going to work on that, I think.
Yep.
I mean, just dropping the words anime inspired makes you immediately think tentacles and like a really cool aesthetic.
Yeah.
Tentacles.
And the new Star Wars universe needs more tentacles.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Second piece of Star Wars news this week. Alden Ehrenreich, who is playing Han Solo, customarily signed for 3 movies in case Lucasfilm decides to make more Solo sequels. So he let this slip in an interview with Esquire, I believe. They said, I asked Ehrenreich how many he signed up for. 3, he said. He says, then flinches, understanding he may have just created a disturbance in the Force.
Then he's swiftly dragged out of the room.
So, what do you guys think? The prospect of Solo,
Not gonna
Solo
happen.
2, Solo 3.
Unless he really blows us away in this film. And like I say, I quite like his performance in the newest trailer. I think he seems great.
Same.
But the public opinion is already so low on him and the background story. I don't think they're going to be bringing him back.
Yeah. Firstly, I agree. I wasn't really keen on this, but that new trailer makes me feel more keen for it. It played before Infinity War, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll come see this. Because last time I was on here, I said I was just gonna skip it.
Yeah,
it's like I don't give a fuck. But
well done for the trailer then.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it happening, like Benny just said. But also, man, even if it does happen, like shit.
Yeah.
When you said that, I was like, please no. Like, how much Solo can you cram in before he turns up in New Hope? Like another adventure, another adventure.
Yeah.
It's like,
and this is what I was saying about filtering kind of down the quality of the universe. The more kind of Han Solo stories you chuck in there, like the less of that role is going to be played by Harrison Ford, which would be a shame.
Yeah.
And the less you get of that arc in A New Hope with Han Solo,
that becomes a much less significant
way
portion
less
of his life.
significant.
Yeah,
because he's already going to have some kind of redemption arc.
He's already going to have the craziest
something.
adventures you've ever seen with the wildest special effects and
this one's going to be like
wars. And
shit.
He
he just came down at the end during the trench run and took out Darth Vader. No big deal, man. He already did 17 million other amazing.
He's already had so many
things.
loves of his life at this point.
I mean, that's one of my major gripes with these films is they push the stakes too high. Like, I mean, that's just me. Like, I know it's not a money spinner. That's how they make money. But me personally, I would love to just see things when you get a movie with low stakes and it's kind of like a chill vibe. It's
I'd
like
love to
I
see more
love
of those
that.
in franchise.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I'd say Ant-Man is not crazy low stakes, but in the scope of that universe,
getting
I think
there,
it does a
yeah,
really good
yeah.
job of just being one of the smaller films.
I love it when a movie just takes its foot off the gas a little bit and you just get time to sit for a second with a character or a story, and it's not like end of the world, end of the universe, slow-mo action run. It's like,
I would love to see more franchise installments, and this is pie in the sky because no one's ever going to do this, but just take the route of doing like other genres, and I don't mean like other slash genres like action sci-fi or action like just get the action. Like, it doesn't need to be an action movie. I'd love to see an MCU rom-com or something. Vision Scarlet Witch. I would love to watch that.
Or what if Chewie and Han are just on an hour 45 movie mission to cruise around
To deliver some shit.
soup up the fucking Falcon so they can win a drag race and get enough
How
coin
fun
to
would that
like
be?
do something cool.
And it's like
doesn't relate to anything in the universe. It's just them doing
and you're just
something.
watching kind of one day or something.
Yeah.
You're like an immediate sequence.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what I want. I just want a chilled, fun time. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel...
And then you wouldn't have to worry about having some two-dimensional villain that they're not going to be able to make compelling in any way, who's just trying to do some bad things for bad reasons.
Yeah. It's
I
like...
think we've just fixed Hollywood.
Oh, man. I long for that shit. I really do.
They could save so much money on budgets, but they'd still make the same amount in terms of return. Like, everyone's going to go see the movie regardless of what it's about.
Yeah, little vignettes as opposed to grand scale. Everything's fucked. The universe is in doom.
Yeah. And I know you guys aren't fans of Rogue One here, but I actually quite like that. And in one thing that I did like about that was, I mean, stakes were high there, but it wasn't.
They destroyed multiple planets.
it wasn't the end game. Like, that whole movie focused on the middle game. They're like, we're going to get these plans. And it's like, oh, okay, we got the plans, but it's like that wasn't the end of the mission. That was like, oh, now the plans go and do something else.
Right.
But you just see them and they get fucked. They all die.
Yep.
As you do, Rebel Uprising. And it's like, yeah, okay,
As
cool.
you do. How many Rebel Uprisings have you been through, Kieran?
You read your history books.
But
yeah, that's what I appreciated about that film. It was not the end game and it wasn't the be all end all stakes. It was like, we got to get this one thing, and it's just it was like a zoom in,
I can see what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for George's Star Wars Corner.
Cool. Now it's time for Ben's Star Wars Corner.
Yeah.
And then I'll have mine
I
afterwards.
like Star Wars. That is all.
And Kieran's Star Wars Corner.
I'm tired of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Question of the week. I got a question for you guys.
Yep.
We forgot Infinity War this week came out. It's plain and simple. Is Infinity War in your top 3 Marvel films of all time? MCU films. Where are you at today, April 29, 2019?
I'm so sorry.
2018, sorry.
I can't properly answer this question. I'm sorry, because my top 5 Marvel movies is like
impenetrable.
10 movies.
Right.
Like, I have tiers, you know, and there's like 5 on the top 1.
Right.
Like, I can't do a top 3. But it's in the top 3 tiers, definitely.
Yeah.
I'd probably chuck it on the top 1 as well. So, yes, with an asterisk.
So it's in top 6 for you?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's in my top 3 Avengers films, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
See what you did there, brother.
Is it better than Ultron?
Better than 1. I like Ultron more at this point. I think it's probably better though.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's so hard to rank this movie as a single entity because it is so contingent on everything that's come before it. So yeah, I don't know. Yes, with an asterisk. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. It's a good one. I never really keep a rank in my head, but I'm just thinking.
I do. It's all I think about all day.
Which one are your other ones that
so I was
list
just
off
having a
like
quick
5 that
think? Definitely my 2 of my other favorites would be Guardians 1.
Yeah, called it.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh yeah,
I love that film.
I love Homecoming, man.
And then I think like, outside of that, they're all solid, but not like sparky favorites like those 2 would be. Like, it could be in my top 3.
Yep.
But I've only seen it once, and
got to let it sit for a while.
Yeah, and like I was just saying, I prefer the ones with a little bit smaller scope sometimes. Not that any of the Marvel movies really get that.
Yep.
Like the front half of Guardians 1, you get that vibe that there's nothing really at stake.
Yeah.
But Yeah. I don't know. Top 5 probably.
Top
I'd chuck
5.
it in there with the 2 Guardians.
Yep.
And Spider-Man and Ant-Man.
Yep.
And
Nice.
maybe Doctor Strange, but I haven't seen that since it came out. So
Yep. Yeah, I definitely think it makes my top 3. 100%.
Cool.
I think that the impact of Thanos, I'm just mulling over that day over day, and I think that they really just knocked it out of the park with him.
Same. I think they got more maturity and dimensional depth than they've ever had in any of their other films.
Yeah, in terms of a villain.
I've heard him described as a contemplative sociopath, which I think is such a good way to describe his role in that film.
Yeah. He's so 3-dimensional. It's great. You compare him to the Dark Elf in Thor 2. It's like,
Hey, Malekith the Accursed was all right?
He's such a punching bag.
He's underrated, but only because people think he's the worst thing that's ever been created.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Kieran, thanks so much for being here, man. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Kieran.
Guys,
Get
don't
out
forget
now.
Don't forget to check out our 10 Questions After Infinity War podcast, where we're going to be breaking down some really cool stuff. All spoilers. You know, if you haven't seen it, get out of here. And we'll be back next week with our little friend Connor.
Little buddy.
Looking forward to having you back, man. Missing you.
Miss you.
But yeah, Kieran, thanks so much, man. We'll see you around soon, I'm
See
sure.
you on the next episode.
Benny?
Yep.
Love you to bits, man.
You too.
See you around.
That'd be good.
Kieran, you're okay.
Bye.